In late September of 2024, Category 4 Hurricane Helene ran up the Florida Gulf Coast, pushing several feet of storm surge flooding into beachside communities all up and down the state's west coast. Only to be followed up less than 2 weeks later by Hurricane Milton that made landfall as a powerful Category 3 storm at Siesta Beach near Sarasota. And one of my favorite beaches in the state, the beach I head to more than any other when my family plans a beach day, Pass-a-Grille Beach near St. Petersburg, really took it on the chin. This 1-2 punch left homes and businesses here flooded and pushed thousands of tons of sand up over the dunes and into the street. The beloved Seahorse restaurant is still closed, and a few of the homes here are still looking a little beat up. But here's the thing, the beach and this quirky but resilient community, it bounced back, quickly and beautifully. And despite a few scars, this is my family's #1 go-to beach day spot. And today I'm going to show you exactly why I love Pasigril Beach, the good, the bad, and the shelly. First off, getting here is actually pretty simple and relatively hassle-free, at least compared to other beaches in the area if you're coming from across the bay. Coming from Tampa or anywhere else from that direction, you just have to hop on I-275, cruise over the bay, drive past the still roofless Tropicana field, and you're basically almost there. And most beaches over here just aren't as easy to access from the interstate without dealing with a lot of surface streets and red lights. So when compared to fighting the stop-and-go death march that is getting to Clearwater Beach and the others in that area, getting to St. Pete Beach and Pasigril is relatively a lot simpler. And the drive over is really pretty. A lot of driving over water, and driving in, you feel like you're heading to a really special spot, including an up-close look at the famous Don Cesar Hotel that you'll pass on the way. So if you're a family and you've got restless kids in the back seat, trust me, shaving 30 minutes off the car ride is a game changer. And this really is, I think, the most family-friendly beach in this entire part of Florida. And one of the big reasons we love this beach, honestly a huge reason, is the parking. Parking here is usually pretty hassle-free. Usually, I'm not saying there's always parking available. These parking lots can fill up. But when you do park, this is easily one of the easiest, most convenient beaches to reach from here. You park, you walk right over the little boardwalk here through the dunes, and boom, you're on the sand. It's like 30 feet away. The beach is literally right there. No long marches through asphalt parking lots and then another few hundred yards of loose sand while you're dragging all your stuff with you. And that's kind of the worst part about beach days, isn't it? Too much stuff. You go, you want to have a nice relaxing day, but you end up lugging like a 30-pound cooler, all your chairs, your umbrella, your towels, maybe one of those beach tents if you're fancy, all your kids' beach toys, and like 47 other items you didn't even know you needed for the day. But you know what? I'm going to take that back. The worst part is when you have to drag all the stuff back with you to your car at the end and pack it up again. Only now, everything's covered in sand. But parking may be convenient here, but still, that doesn't mean there's going to be unlimited spots. On summer weekends, it can get tight, I'd say especially between 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's the peak. After 3 p.m., people do start to leave, and it's a lot easier to find a spot, even on the weekends. I have come here only to end up circling this place like a vulture without luck. And in that case, we just give up and go over to Fort DeSoto right around the corner instead. That's a great beach. It's only about 15 minutes away, and it's even a little bit more off the beaten path. So that's a good alternative if you can't find a spot here. Or you can do what we usually actually do, is get here in the late afternoon, stay for sunset, or maybe grab a grouper sandwich for dinner at the Hurricane right here. And quick pit stop, if you love finding Florida's best beaches, hidden spots, and offbeat gems, hit that subscribe button. I've got plenty more coming. The water at this beach is usually calm, clear, and warm. Perfect for families, great for kids to splash around, or adults who want to float like a pool noodle for 3 straight hours without getting pushed around by waves all day. Most beaches on the Gulf Coast are going to be a little bit calmer than the Atlantic side, but something about this beach makes it even calmer. And I've been here in the spring and seen the water here almost as clear as you'll find in the Caribbean. I'm not going to say it's like that all the time, but I have seen this water shockingly clear. But because it's so calm, this definitely isn't going to be a surfing beach. If you're looking for that, you are on the wrong coast. This is more of a sip a drink while you slowly turn into a raisin kind of beach. But it is actually pretty popular for kite surfing. It seems like there's always a few people out here kite surfing, which is really fun to watch. I'm guessing the flat water helps, but hey, if you know why, drop it in the comments. I'd love to know. Kite surfing looks like a lot of fun. And then there's the town itself. Pasigril is old Florida beach town charm in a bottle. There's no towering hotels or condo towers blocking the view and kind of messing up the vibe here. No neon tourist traps and corny gift shops. There's just a few little local art galleries, local shops, and family-owned spots. The Hurricane right here is a place I really like. Went here for my birthday one year. Great grouper sandwiches and other casual beach eats right here. But the best thing about this, the thing I love, is the rooftop bar. Great vibes up there. Rooftop bars aren't that common, so you gotta take advantage when you can. Sometimes there's live music up there, and it's one of the best places on this entire part of the coast to watch the sunset. You can wander around here and actually feel like you're in old Florida, not some cloned big beach resort town that could be anywhere from Corpus Christi to Cancun. Now, some places like the Seahorse Restaurant and the Gulf Beaches Historical Museum are still closed from the hurricane, but most of this town is back up and running and what at least appears to be relatively normal again. On the surface, the town looks like it's rebounded nicely, shops are open, streets are clean, visitors are back, but I know for a lot of homeowners, the real repairs are still going on inside. But it's one of those reminders that recovery is a process, not an overnight fix. And just around the corner, you've got the Merry Pier, Merry as in Merry Christmas. From here, you can hop on a ferry boat out to Shelly Key, which is a great little undeveloped barrier island just around the corner from here. You can only get there by boat, or head out on a fishing charter if that's your thing. Unfortunately, there is a bait shop here that is still closed from hurricane damage, but the pier itself is still up and running, so you can come visit. You can even go fishing off the pier here. But this is just another little reminder of how this community has bounced back fast, even if a few pieces are still trying to catch up. Now, this is a quiet, quainter stretch of coastline, but there is just enough energy here to keep things fun. The Paradise Grill is a little bar that sits literally right on the sand, right on the beach here, with live music and drinks flowing. It's lively, it's colorful, it's a good time. A mix of locals and tourists here. The band that was up here today was playing Jimmy Buffett covers on the beach because, of course, they were. But that only adds to the atmosphere. A lot of fun, a lot of people were loving it. And yeah, around here is also going to be the most crowded part of the beach. Most people just tend to try and park down around this end of the beach and set up near the bar. Shocker, people love to be by the bar. So if you're the type who doesn't love shoulder-to-shoulder contact with strangers and listening to every Bluetooth speaker on the beach, just try and head a few hundred yards north and it calms right down. That's kind of the beauty of this place. You can choose your own beach vibe. A little bit more of a party atmosphere over here, or calm and chill over there. Now, it wouldn't be fair if I didn't talk about some of the downsides of this beach. The sand here, it's really not that soft. It's not that soft, powdery sugar stuff that Clearwater and Siesta Key brag about. I don't really understand why. Most of the beaches north of here and south in the Sarasota area have that famous soft powder white sand, but not here. The sand here is a little bit more coarse. It is pretty shelly, so don't forget the flip-flops. It's not bad once you get in the water. The sand in the water is really comfortable. It's just that actually getting in there might make you feel like you're stepping on Legos barefoot on the way in. But that also means this is a great beach for shelling. It really is. And yeah, parking is kind of a double-edged sword here. Parking is easy and convenient when you find it, and you do have to pay for it. Don't forget to use that Park Mobile app so you don't get a ticket. But when you don't find parking, it's frustrating, especially on weekends during the summertime. My best advice, try to get here early before the crowds or come a little bit later as people are starting to leave. I've usually found right around 3 p.m. people are starting to pack up and leave for the day, or just accept that Fort DeSoto, another great beach right around the corner, might steal your beach day once in a while. But that is not a bad trade-off. Fort DeSoto is wonderful. Finally, you may notice some of Hurricane Helene's impacts can still be seen here and there. The Seahorse, like I said, still shut down. There's still a few storm-damaged homes in the area, especially this one that did not fare well at all. But overall, the town looks pretty great. Pasigril has bounced back fast, and it's really inspiring to see the resilience of this little beach community. So there you have it. That's why I love Pass-a-Grille Beach. This is why my family keeps coming back here. Easy access, convenient parking, calm waters, old Florida charm, and a lively, laid-back vibe. It really has everything I love in a beach. Sure, the sand isn't silky soft and the parking can be a gamble, but when you get parking, it's really easy. And for families, this hands down, I think, is the go-to beach. And after everything this place has been through, it's a reminder of why Florida's Gulf Coast is pretty special. Now I'm curious though, let me know, what is your go-to Florida beach? What's the one that keeps bringing you back? This is mine, but I want to know about yours. Drop it in the comments, or don't if you want to keep it a secret, I get it. But I am always on the hunt for the next Florida hidden gem. And please don't forget to leave a like on this video, it really helps other people find this, and please subscribe if you like this kind of thing, learning about Florida attractions from the theme parks to the state parks, little quirky hidden gems and all the weird stuff in between. It really helps the channel grow, and I sincerely appreciate that. I will see you in the next one. Please stay safe out there, and I will see you around the Sunshine State.